Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed my previous videos, and I'm going to open up these 12 now. These 12 boosters of Eldritch Moon. We'll see what's going on with them. Set them up here. Just like in the other videos, I'm going to try to arrange this so that you can kind of see what they are. Again, when I first upload videos, they don't necessarily process completely, so they're kind of blurry, but once they're fully processed and this is recorded in HD, you'll be able to actually read the cards as I put them down. Let's just get started. Backwoods Survivalist. Okay, we need a little bit of space up at the top for flip cards, so green should be about here. Yeah, right about there. White will be right there. Cultist Staff. Yeah, kind of like that. Swift Spinner. Cemetery Recruitment. Right there. Fogwalker. Thermal Alchemist. There we go. Kind of got that in line. Fiend Binder. Contingency Plan. Slayer's Cleaver. Fury Blade Vampire. Drownyard Behemoth. Perm Eating Mass. Conduit of Emrakul. And there's our island. This one is not as damaged as the ones in the other two videos, but interesting to keep track of that kind of stuff. Put our land here. This will be our flip cards, tokens, and mythic rare cards will go. Mythic rare cards will be in rare slots, and foil cards will be over here. Suppose I could put the Eldrazi colorless cards underneath the lands, but we're going to have uncommon lands in this set. Woodcutter's Grid's a really nice card. I mean, Vines of Vastwood's kind of cumbersome if you need that double green. It's not possible to play, but you know what I mean. Sexual Gorgers, we have Eternal Scourge. 3 mana for 3/3. You can cast it from exile, but whenever it becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you exile it. It makes it actually very, very difficult to get rid of. In fact, you know, the only way to really kill it is through combat damage, because that doesn't put it in the graveyard. But there are cards where you can exile your graveyard, so that's something to think about. Because there was an old card called Blinking Spirit. It was 3/1 white for 2/2 flying, and for 0 you could return it to your hand. So if they tried to shock it or bolt it or anything like that, you just pulled it up to your hand, cast it again on the next turn, made it extremely hard to get rid of. And anything that reduced the casting cost of Eldrazi spells or Eldrazi creatures would reduce that cost. So this is a really, really powerful card, so long as it's in your graveyard, or so long as it's exiled. Hey, we got Gisela. Flip cards go up the top. And Cryptolith Fragment, another flip card. There's our flip card keeper tracker of. And token. So I guess I can kind of provide that experience from long time ago, that this is a good card, and that's the combo you want to go for. Just keep putting it out. In fact, you have the way to remove. You can exile it for mana, like with Food Chain, perhaps, and then you put it into have an effect that lets it cost any amount less. You would have infinite colorless mana for or infinite mana for casting other Eldrazi spells, technically, because you would exile and you'd be able to pull it back from exile. So I'm just saying that is a combo. But just being difficult to get rid of in general is good. I mean, they could always exile it when it attacks. Oh, you didn't attack with that turn then, or exile it when it tries to block. Oh, well, you didn't get to block with it. Whatever. Mockery of Nature, Dusk Feaster, Crop Sigil, Eldritch Evolution, terrific card. And we got Hanweir Battlements. Awesome! Becomes Hanweir the Writhing Township. You know, if I were going to cosplay as anything, this would probably be it. Hanweir Battlements. Wow. So we got our land flip card. Really cool. Drone Pack Kindred. Flip card, Wolf Token, and Eldritch Evolution is a decent card as well. In previous video, you probably saw the Crater Hoof, the new Crater Hoof effect. Rigid Griff. There. Geist-Fueled Scarecrow. Clear Shot, Courageous Outrider. Stromkirk Occultist, 3/2 for 3, trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library until entering you may play that card. Madness, 1/1 red. Interesting. Extricator of Flesh, Extricator of Sin. Oh, that card's damaged. Huh. Wow, look at that. How did that happen? It looks like it got bent at some point. Somebody straightened it out, or perhaps the machine straightened it out. It's a flip card, so it wouldn't necessarily be in the deck anyway. You can replace it with that, but still, I'm surprised it got this far that it went into the pack. None of the other cards are damaged. Weird. Something to think about. Lashweed Lurker, 5/4 for 8. When you cast it, you may put target non-land permanent on the top of the owner's library, and it emerges for 7. That's our first foil in this group. We have a miscut land. As you can see, the front and back have way too much on the top than they do on the bottom. So something to think about when building a deck. If it's got sleeves on it, it's not a marked card, but you know. I could see people going to the card shop and the owners having all the basic lands set aside and going through them and picking up these mismarked or miscut cards because they might be worth something someday. Just saying. Somebody out there wants a card. Somebody does. Terrarian, Sentient Banquet. Shreds of Sanity. Fortune's Favor. Deranged Whelp. New Scrap Mob. Grizzly Anglerfish. Anglerfish. There we go. We have the Magic Duels promo. Pack number 6. This has been the most vocal, I think, on booster pack opening video. Let's see, make sure there's enough room. Everything can be read on your, either on your phone or at home on your television. You can kind of then keep up with what I'm doing and saying. Blessed Alliance, Vexing Scuttler, Crab, Faith Unbroken, Spell Queller, rare, goes right here. Guybrush Entangler, Claw Werewolf, and we have a foil Graph Rats, which means we have the foil, one half of a foil Chittering Host. That's pretty cool. There's a slightly miscut mountain. It's a little bit off-center. It's been turned that way, slightly to the left, counterclockwise. Zombie token, on to pack number 7. I'd like to get the other half of Hanweir Battlements. Wolfkin Bond. Inside comes Greeting. Blood Mist, decent card. Somber Walled Stag. Stromkirk Condemned, 2/2 for 2, not bad. Another Aurora, Cryptolith Fragment. We had a foil one that we opened from boosters. Zombie card here. That is a very pretty card. Even prettier in foil. Dawn Griff. Outburst, Brazen Holes. Long Road Home, nice way to keep a creature alive. If you're playing any kind of a deck where enters the battlefield effects are necessary, you could use that. It works very well in a Lavinia deck because you can exile her to keep her safe. She comes back at the end of the turn with a +1/+1 counter and detains things again. In multiplayer, that's a little bit better, but otherwise, they'll just not have the detain at the beginning of your next turn anyway. Copsicle, Wharf Infiltrator, Ulvenwald Abomination, and a foil Lunarch Mantle. Nice. Put that. Oh, yeah. I guess this foil card actually would go over here. But Ulvenwald Abomination. There we go. And we have a red human token. Huh. Come to think of it, I can't think of what makes red human tokens at the moment in the set. Yeah. Huh. I'm not sure what it would be. What card does that? It's confusing. Wonder if there's something to that. Savage Alliance, Chilling Grass, Simplewald Stag. Sanctifier of Souls, 2/3 for 4. It doesn't do anything. Chittering Host. Double-faced card marker. We have 3 boosters left. Strange Augmentation. Cigarving Priest. Backwoods Survivalist. I put this in the wrong spot. There we go. Certain Death. Sorry, I know trying to get organized and putting something in the wrong spot, that bothers me too. At least I caught it. Alchemist. I think I was distracted by what makes red human cards in the set. Contingency Plan, Stentia Innkeeper, Prying Questions, Deranged Well, Morn Willow, Summary Dismissal, exile all their spells and counter all abilities, nice card. Drone Pack Kindred, whoops. A still miscut land, it's a little higher at the top than it is at the bottom. And another devil token. I think that's devil token number 3. Pardon me. Hiccups. Not sure why. Campaign of Vengeance. Spreading Flames. Scour the Laboratory. Impetuous Devils. 6/1 for 4. Trample and Haste. It has to be blocked by 1 creature. Up to 1 target creature. Any player's controls blocks at this time combat if able. So you choose something they've got and force it to block this, so this would kill it for 4 mana, and it has haste and trample, so yeah, but then you sacrifice it in turn if they didn't have any creatures, so it's an odd card. Curious Homunculus. Double-faced card, Spider. Last pack. Oddly enough, we got 3 foil cards from this grouping. That's pretty cool. 3 foil from the last grouping, and the first grouping we only had 1 foil. Still not too bad. Hunter, Swift Spinner, Maniac. Abandoned Reason, Lunar Force, Geist of the Archives, and our flip card is Extricator of Sin, a non-marked one. This is probably a land. Nope, it's a double-faced card. Token is a human token again. And our last card, our last rare, is Bloodhall Priest. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, if you have no cards in hand, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player. So it could be a 6/4 as far as you're doing. You can start picking off things that are already in play. But, to be completely honest with you, I mean, sure, the shock idea is before you attack, you just get all the cards out of your hand anyway. But not too bad. We got 3 foil cards. Uncommon, a common, and a flip card, or a double-faced card, Meld. Bloodhall Priest, Spell Queller, Eldritch Evolution, Strongkirk Occultist, Strongkirk Condemned, Newscraft Mob, Summary Dismissal, yeah. Draws Eternal Scourge. Not too bad. Decent haul. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this inspired you to build a few decks with some of these cards you saw. Maybe you're planning on going to your local card shop and grabbing a whole bunch of miscut cards. But yeah, decent packs. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, and or wonderful evening. Take care, everyone.